Things are happening, man. Things are decidedly... I don't have any foundries on this planet. Really? Huh. Well, I'll have to, when we bring the platform back, we'll have to pop the foundries in. That's kind of incredible, actually. Of all things, we just don't have foundries. Crazy. Hmm. Don't know what any of this programming stuff means. I remember in the video that the guy explained that like the signals are set up in such a way that the nuclear reactors will only grab new fuel rods when the power is low. I don't know how he did it. I don't know what any of the programming means, but that's what he did. No, wait, this thing hasn't got any storage. Come on. Yeah, drop some whatchamacallit. Sulfur. We don't need that much sulfur. I'm concerned because this is going to fill up pretty quickly, isn't it? Okay, let's put a active provider. A fast inserter. Blacklist carbon. Yep, there we go. So now everything's going to be emptied into the logistics network, except the carbon. Carbon goes into this chest, where it's used up in the process of creating tungsten carbide. Very nice. We have so much metallurgic packs, it's kind of nuts. Okay, so you can head back to Norvis now. So I need to drop off some foundries when we get back to Norvis. Okay, perfect. Not perfect, actually, but acceptable. I need to stop saying stuff's perfect when it's not perfect, because perfect is a very hard measure to reach. If it's not perfect, I shouldn't be saying it's perfect. I should say satisfactory, acceptable, mediocre, good enough, limited. It's still kind of crazy that this whole time I've been still using these steel furnaces. I've just never been bothered to upgrade this this part of the factory. Should I just remove it? I don't know. Like, the coal is still there for a reason, but I don't know if we need the steel production anymore. I don't know. It almost feels wrong to... Now look, because at the end of the day, the coal and the iron are being used to make hand grenades. So we may as well just leave these furnaces here. I suspect that most of these furnaces aren't doing anything anyway, so... No harm, no foul, I think, is the name of the game. You know, why change something if it's working just fine? You know, they always say if it ain't broke, don't fix it. That old line of logic. I mean, it's a fair point. If it isn't broken, you really don't need to do anything about it. You know? All you're going to potentially do is make things worse. So why fix it if it ain't broke? You're exactly right. Why fix it if it ain't broke? How goes this second platform? What do we still need? We still need another 400 space platforms. So we've got the foundries now. We're making everything, as far as I'm aware. We're making everything that we need. It's just a matter of actually getting it up into space. Yeah, still don't really understand some of this circuitry. Yeah, I really don't know. That's the bottom line, I really don't know. Alright, so at this stage we're traveling alright. Low density structures, uranium rounds. We need more. We definitely need the uranium. The uranium rounds not being available is actually kind of concerning. Turn down a bit more of our materials. Other than that, we're traveling fine in terms of the platform and how it's progressing. I don't need these 4 old assembly machines. Those can definitely go home. Okay, good stuff. Put these foundries into the logistics, please. Thank you. Take these into the logistics network too. Okay. Should I activate this? Why not? Let's activate this. Bring me my materials. We've got most of the stuff in on this list anyway. Just topping up some of our supplies. Yeah, my personal request is not very excessive. We're requesting really the bare minimum. Yeah, we need more uranium rounds, so we're gonna have to sit on this planet for a while we get the uranium rounds replenished, because that's actually kind of a concern. Okay. I just wish I knew what to do about blue circuits. There's just no copper. How can I get more copper? Like seriously, I feel like I have so much copper that's just sitting here doing nothing. It all just like vanishes. I mean, the problem is we're just doing so much stuff with copper. Like, it's almost to the stage of, like, I don't think I could possibly supply enough copper to satisfy this, unless, like, I had, like, stacked... Like, unless I start using the stack inserters. Which, unfortunately, we have to make on, Gleber. Yeah, which means we need to make the whole gambit needs to be made. They don't expire, do they? No, so they got jelly involved in making them, but they don't expire themselves. That's good, because I was going to say, if they expire, that's like an absolutely ridiculous... Like, that's way over the top if they expired. Like, I know I complain a lot in this game about, like, oh, why did the agricultural packs expire? If the inserters expired, that would be beyond ridiculous. Can you imagine that? It's like a machine that, like, goes off and just turns to spoilage on the floor. How crazy would that be? I'm still beside myself, like, how do we have such little petroleum? It's just all being used. And we're not making explosives. We're just making tons and tons of sulfur. It's almost incredible. It's because we're making so much sulfuric acid. The sulfuric acid is being used to make the electrical chips. Sorry, the advanced circuit chips. Yeah, I don't know, it's hard to understand. Come grab my blue science packs. Okay, nice. Okay, we just need uranium rounds. Now, we've got plenty on the planet. They've been made. We actually just need to get them up here, which is a problem of rocket ships, which is ultimately a problem of blue circuits. Everything comes down to blue circuits. I've never been able to make enough of these to do what I needed to do. That goes for like my whole Factorio career. Career, if you can call it that. Epic ice. Okay, let's upgrade from quality 2 to quality 3. There we go. That should do something for us. So that increases the quality from, what is it, 2%. So realistically, it added an extra 2% chance of quality for each of these. But the quality is 10%, so that means that 1 in 10, if I'm not mistaken, 1 in 10 goods produced will be at a higher quality. Sounds good to me. Kind of surprised we have not got enough for a single electromagnetic plant at a higher quality level. That's kind of crazy. We need to process more blue chips. Okay, I've got green arms, but not blue arms. That's kind of funny. Oh well. Okay, so things are actually happening on Fulgora, which is nice. Yeah, Fulgora and Volcanus are going fine. Gleba is the problem child. Has always been. Electricity production here. Yeah, power production is fine here. Just burning off all of our spoilage. It's kind of hilarious that just burning spoilage is powering this entire like facility. God, look how many robots. There were like significantly better solutions to all this that I just neglected so hard. I'm almost embarrassed with how, like, badly designed this planet is. It's really, really horrible. Because every one of these robots needs electricity, but there's not enough electricity literally going around for them. Problem is purple science, isn't it? Yeah. What's the problem with purple science? I think it's, yeah, productivity modules. We don't have productivity modules, we're not making any. Well, we're making them, they're just not being made fast enough. Not fast enough to satisfy the factory. Alrighty. It literally just comes down to those blue chips. Aurora saying, hello, Uncle Cat Cat. Aww. Well, you can say hello to Aurora for me. That's so sweet. Yes. Make sure you behave for your mummy, okay? Make sure you do all your chores and homework and stuff. You're too young to have homework, but soon you'll be doing homework, so make sure you do your homework. Yes, be good. I'm sure you already are good, but keep being good. That's really sweet. She laughed and ran. That's really sweet. Uncle Cat Cat. That's so nice. I do find it interesting how, that if it's just a Singapore thing. What, uncle? I think it's a lot of Southeast Asia. Yeah, I think a lot of Southeast Asia, uncle is used as a term for, you know, an older, uncle or auntie, an older person who's, like, not necessarily related to. It's like in Australia, if you say somebody's your uncle, people would literally think you're like, oh, okay, so it's your, like, mum or dad's sibling. But I know, like, Malaysia, Singapore, I suspect probably also, like, Indonesia, stuff like that, probably the same. Gogo, they move straight to uncle. Ah, okay. So Gogo would be for, like a slightly older person, or someone that's, like, comparable age. Interesting. I mean, even here, the, in the indigenous Australian community, uncle is used sometimes in the same way. So I don't think it's not necessarily unique to Asia, I feel like. Now that I think about it, it's like, yeah, actually it's sometimes used here too. But it's only, like, within, like, the indigenous Australian community. There's nothing stopping you from calling somebody uncle, I suppose. Yeah, a couple more. She calls 5 and 6-year-olds in her school Gogo and Gigi. That's nice. I probably butchered the pronunciation though, so I apologize in advance. When it comes to, like, particularly, like, Chinese stuff, I can't. I remember at school I was learning about the Empress of China. Her name is spelled C-I-X-I. And I had a friend who was Chinese who tried to teach me how to pronounce her name properly. The way I would just say it is like Sishi or something like that. But like, that's not correct, I know that, but then, like, my friend tried to help me pronounce it, and so I said it the same way that he said it, and then he was like, no, you're saying it completely wrong, dude. I'm like, bruh, it sounds exactly the same to me. Yeah, Chinese pronunciations are very hard for me. Alright. This is starting to shape up. It's all starting to come together. Still a long way to go, though. Yeah, copper is the problem. How can I get more copper? I really don't know. How can I get more copper? I mean, like, because you look at all this copper that's just sitting here, you would swear that there's no problem. Where does all this copper end up? It gets fed onto the line here. It's because it gets split so many different ways. Some of it goes up here, then it goes... Gosh, it's so confusing. Look at all these parts. It just goes in so many directions. It's just impossible to keep track of all these materials. Ah, man. Do I need to, like, expand to a new base area? Maybe. Okay, I need to go and tidy up these other, like, areas. Because I've neglected this entire, like, train line for so long. I need to tidy up and take stock of this, this part of the base. Wow. I love how this oil field here. This, at one point, was the furthest out part of my base, but look at me now. I've got stuff over here, I've got stuff all the way down there. It's crazy. Like, this was back in the days when I was still worried that the aliens would get the jump on me, so I had to put walls above everything. We've come a long way since those days. The days when I was scared that somehow the aliens would, like, surprise attack me and I would lose everything. Such a long time ago. Simpler times. What were my robots doing? My robots were doing something. They were like putting something down or picking something up or something like that. What are you up to, robots? This area still looks okay. 1.8 million is not very much, but we can make do with that. Okay. Let's check the copper. Yeah, the iron's not the problem. Iron we have heaps of. Iron is in good supply. Copper is what's in short supply. Where is more copper? I actually can't see any other copper, like, bases. Yeah, look, there's tons of iron down here. There's copper over here. 3.9 milli, that's not bad. It's also going to be really annoying to expand to. Okay, this is kind of a problem. Okay, nice. But yeah, it bothers me a bit that I can't pronounce Chinese stuff properly, because I always endeavor my best to, like, pronounce stuff, as best I can, like, authentically. Like, at the end of the day, it's not like it's my fault, and I think most people would appreciate the effort. But I do always try and pronounce things authentically if possible, so it's a bit sad for me. But that's just me. Because for me, it's like, in my head, I'm like, well, if I was, like, let's say I had, like, a funny name or a different name, like a name that people wouldn't be able to pronounce easily, I would want people to pronounce it correctly. You know? So why wouldn't I give people the same courtesy? That's my reasoning. If my name was really difficult to pronounce, I would still want people to pronounce it right. Okay. Right, so we've tidied up all that. I don't think it really achieved anything for me. I think all it did was you know, the Chinese is hard to pronounce. I mean, it just comes from, like, practice, right? Because Chinese, it's not really phonetic, right? We aren't too bothered if it's slightly off here. It's like, if you compare it to something like, say, Japanese, like, Japanese is very phonetic. Like, you basically just read the letters out, and they're pronounced the exact way that, it's spelt. A lot of Singaporeans can't speak proper Chinese, too. That's true. My friend Panda, who's also Singaporean, said that, her Mandarin is, not great. Call those people bananas. I wonder what that means. They're yellow on the outside and white on the inside. Well, there you go, you explained it. I figured that's what it meant. I didn't want to say it, though, because I don't know if it'd be appropriate for me to say. They sound the way you would say it, or worse. I imagine they're probably much better than me. But it comes from a genuine place of effort from me, because I do want to pronounce stuff right. It's not an insult. Oh, really? Okay. It sounds like an insult. That sounds like the sort of thing where if you were to say something like that here, I think, like, people would get very offended. Even people who don't necessarily have a right to be offended. It's just a haha funny kind of thing. Okay. Well, as long as it's mostly in good spirits, good nature. I don't know what the word I'm looking for here is. Then that's okay. Yeah, I don't really know what I'm gonna do with all this spoilage. I mean, I can burn the spoilage, I suppose. Heating tower. Yeah, let's make some heating towers. I think because we prioritize racial harmony, there are limits on what we would even say. Some people even self-identify as it, really. It's too small to have it. Well, that's good. I'm glad to hear that. It's nice to hear that there are some places that are generally much kinder than... Sometimes, because sometimes here things can get a bit nasty. Which is very sad. It shouldn't be that way, but... Yeah, from everything I've heard about your country, it sounds like, for the most part, things are pretty good. In terms of equality between different ethnic groups and stuff like that. Not perfect, but nowhere is, unfortunately. Okay, what do these guys stack up to? You stack up to 20. We're not going to need more than 3 stacks of this. What do you stack up to? Like 50? Maybe get 5 stacks of this. Being Chinese with the majority, so you might be privileged not to know. Yeah, that's fair as well. It's hard to see, I think, when you're in a position of relative privilege, right? Because you're like, well, I never have any problems. It's like, well, you know, you don't have to worry about it. And I think oftentimes people who are in those sorts of positions where they are, like, not as comfortable or not as, like, happy, they're not necessarily going to talk about it. Especially if you're part of the privileged group, right? I don't know if I'm saying this right, but I kind of get what I get what I'm saying is the matter. Yeah, anyway. That's very fair. But I'm sure that you seem like a very kind person, so I'm sure you always treat everyone with respect, right? Or try to. That's what I always try to do. I always try and just treat everybody with respect, regardless of who they are. Doesn't always work, but I do try. Ooh, we got a second holmium plate. Did I break something? Why is the holmium solution not getting inside? So why, oh why? I got this... No, this was deliberate. This was deliberate. I deliberately had these separate. I was like, why is these tanks not plugged into this part of the system? It was deliberate. I should just plug that in. Why is it not plugged in? I'm such a silly goose, honestly. It should be plugged in. There we go. Release. There we go. That should help things out a little bit. Release the Kraken. Okay, so the coal situation's actually doing pretty well now that I've added some extra supply. Yeah, we just need more copper. Can I just get more copper somehow, please? We got the copper here, but it's just not translating. It almost doesn't make sense. With so much copper, nothing is getting made. I really don't understand. Like, where does it all go? Like, look how much copper is on this line. It's a full line. 2 steps down the track. This is what gets, like, put onto the main bus. How does that make sense? Where does it all go? So this part just feeds back into the network. The rest of this is what goes up to make batteries, I think. Yeah, that goes into battery production, which we don't need to worry about because we've got heaps of batteries. This just goes back into the network. I think I've almost created, like, a Frankenstein's monster here, where, like, I've got so many, like, loops and circles and stuff that, it's somehow, like, I've worsened everything. I've ruined everything, somehow. I don't even know how to explain it, but, like, somehow I've, like, created a system that just is broken, fundamentally. Which is not a nice thought. Let's go to Glebber. Speaking of not nice thoughts, let's go to Glebber. Okay. I don't know how I feel about, like, what I've done here now. Because I used to have a big supply of green circuits coming in from up here. And I sacrificed that to increase the copper input. I don't know if... I think that was a mistake now. I don't know. Yeah, we can probably cut down on the timings a little bit here. Because we don't need to be waiting 5 minutes. But yeah, no worries, Ichigo. I'll talk to you soon, hopefully. Okay. What research can I get from this? Low density structure productivity is actually kind of tempting. We'll queue it up, why not? I'll put this back in the queue as well. Never mind, we literally don't have any purple science. Wait, where's the purple science all going? Ah. Oh, I feel like a silly goose now, don't I? The purple science has just been stockpiling on the belt and not being like used because it hasn't been able to go inside a treasure chest. Not a treasure chest. A chest. Treasure chest. It's not treasure. Excuse me, folks. That's incredible. Alright. Well, that's that problem solved. I was wondering why we were having no science. Like, we should be getting some science. Unless there's a serious issue. Then some more carbon. Carbon. Alright, how's this platform looking? Nothing has been done since the last time I looked. Okay, that's a bit concerning. We need to figure out a way to start getting rid of spoilage. Like, we can just burn it off, but what are we burning it off for? Because we don't need the power. We really don't need the electricity. But I suppose I'm not burning it off because I need the electricity, I'm burning it off because we have to... We have to, right? Not an active provider chest, a requested chest, silly. Request spoilage. Right, I forgot it's gonna start burning right away. Whoopsie. Okay, well, I don't know what I'm doing now. I know I'm making these things. I just need one heat exchanger, please. And turbines, we'll get... Just take like 3. Alright, so literally the purpose of this system is to just... destroy... materials. Okay, but now how do I get water to this? Oh, God. Okay, there's water right up there. Oh, there we go. Burn all the spoilage. This is literally like a pointless system. I'm generating electricity for no reason. It's 10 megawatts of power production. It's literally pointless. No value is being derived from that. We're storing so many materials on this planet, it's actually kind of nuts. I'm still so happy that I got the train working last time. Ooh, we've almost cleared out the, all the materials here. There's just ice, solid fuel, and wheels left. That's awesome. That was my big concern, is like, how am I gonna empty all this stuff from the system? It's emptying, that's good. Because I didn't want to manually transfer all this stuff on chests, so I figured, alright, we can come up with a way to automate this, make it a bit faster. Yeah, there's 68 million scrap on that. I think we'll be fine. We should be okay with 68 million scrap. I don't think we're ever going to run out. It's like an elegant little design. Amazing, I've burnt all the scrap now. So basically these steam turbines are going to keep going until the temperature dissipates. Which is going to be pretty soon, actually, because there's no more inputs coming in. I mean, they're pretty much inconsequential. Like I said, it's generating 10 megawatts, which is basically nothing. Am I not making boilers? Oh, there's another design that I can stick down. Oops. Boiler. We're not going to need a lot of these. One stack of boilers should be more than enough. The question is, I don't think we're making stone furnaces. I suspect that these are just the stone furnaces that I've made in the past that are going to get converted into boilers. We don't need a whole ton of these, is the bottom line. I have basically no use for them. Enough storage on the platform, okay. And down some more carbon, please. Pretty soon we'll be able to send down some more spoilage, because the stuff is going to go bad. It's going to go real bad. We don't really need more than 20 rocket turrets. That much I can be honest, because apparently these things are, like, ridiculously good. From all accounts, these things are super powerful. Oh boy. That's not nice. That's not good. You can take the low densities. You can take some iron ore. That's not good, and all the stuff is like completely flooding out. That's a bit scary. I don't think I'm getting this 100 hours achievement, am I? I mean, we still have 31 hours to get the achievement, but it just feels like impossible. Like, I don't even know what I'm doing anymore, man. I feel like I'm just meandering. There's so much stuff that I would love to do, but we just can't do it. And it all comes down to these silly blue chips. Which we just can't get enough of, it seems. No matter what I intend, we just can't get enough. A lot of it comes down to these modules, because we're making so many modules that we're just not using. And the modules that we are using are the ones that are being consumed to make science packs. Okay, come back to Norbis, please. Okay. Not enough space. Come on, just send some carbon down. There we go. I want to at least get some of the value out of these science packs. We're not going to get a whole ton of value out of them, though. Because we don't have enough purples. Every single purple science pack that comes through is just getting absorbed. We just need to increase speed of these. I feel like that's a good way to go. Since they're being used for so many projects, they should be being made faster. Well, ice supply seems good, finally. We've stabilized ice at least. If nothing else. But yeah, our speed is really bad. 179 k's per second. The video I saw, I think the guys, the rocket design that this one that I'm making, I think its top speed is like 270 per second, which is really fast. That's the sort of thing that you can write home about. 180, it's okay, but not great. What's the delay? Now, once you've dropped off this, I want you to go back to Bulgora. Bulgora is going to be good because we can pick up some blue circuits. And quite honestly, we can pick up low density structures from Bulgora too. I mean, we're making them basically infinitely, so I don't see why we shouldn't make the most of them. You know, they always say make hay while the sun shines, right? That's exactly what we should do. Okay, so purple science is actually being made in slightly larger numbers now, which is good. That speed boost did help. Not massively, but it did help. And the big thing is that each science pack basically counts as 2, remember, because the science pack drain is 50%. So you end up getting a lot more value out of these science packs than you might first assume. Okay, nice. At least things. It feels like things are moving again. They're only 150 Ks per second. Why? I don't know. So in theory, I could make this ship a lot taller. Like, I could stretch it up as far as I want and maintain the same size and it would be fine. At the end of the day, I didn't know. Like, having, I think, 6 thrusters is pretty good in sort of nullifying my bad design decisions, but it can only help so much, unfortunately. At the end of the day, I have to live with the consequences of my own actions. As much as it may pain me to do so. Things are happening. We've actually almost got all of the platform down, at least. We need 310 more platform. It's a bit annoying that, like, even though I only need 3 bulk inserters, it has to ship a full load of 50. Like, obviously, if I, the player, was doing it, what I would do is I would put the 3 of these, I could put the 12 of these, I could put some other stuff all in, like, one rocket. But if you do it the automatic way, it has to launch... It can only launch rockets with one type of thing. It's a bit silly. Yeah, we got, like, some cold liquefaction stuff going on here. It's kind of nuts. Rocket turrets. It's coming along nicely, and the ship actually looks good, is the main thing. You guys know I love my aesthetics. I've already got a shipping request. Alright, well, we can increase this to 600. Why is it 999? What's up with them? Weird. We're about to get another asteroid productivity tech, which is freaking awesome. So how are the robots handling things here? Not fantastic, actually. They're all super busy. Which you kind of almost expect in a situation like this. We've nearly emptied out this part of the factory, which is nice. Yeah, I almost feel like I want to, like, request a lot more of these. Like, imagine if I requested, like, 2,000 processing units and just, like, brought tons of them back. Like, in theory, you could probably just about justify a rocket that just goes between Fulgora and Norvis, just shipping processing units, low density structures, rocket fuel, all that sort of stuff. You could probably actually make a case for that, I reckon. I would need to have a better rocket design at the end of the day. And I don't know if it's something that I'm capable of coming up with independently. Back after showering the smelly monster. That's good. Welcome back. Make sure she's good though. She's heard from Uncle Cat now, so she needs to make sure she's well behaved. Yeah. She's playing Spot the Difference. Oh, that's nice. Those Spot the Difference is actually really good for your mind. It's a good game that helps you stay sharp. Same as like crosswords and stuff like this. Stuff like that, not stuff like this. You should not be playing Factorio. Unless you want to turn into a crazy cat man like me. She keeps giving up, They can be pretty tough. Like, some of them, because sometimes, like, on a very rare occasion, when I look at a newspaper, and I, like, flick through the newspaper, they do have, like, a Spot the Difference sort of section sometimes. And sometimes even I can't figure them all out. I'm just like, well, I don't know what I'm supposed to be looking at. Some of them are actually, like, kind of crazy, so... Can't blame them too much, I suppose. This one can be for blue science. Where's my science packs? Am I blind? There we go, blue science. And this one can be for grey science. Okay, this is yellow. Why did it say stuff was being damaged? How is stuff being damaged? It's not even a threat here, is there? You bought her a pack of 50 cards. She has 50 to go through. Goodness me. I should keep her busy at least. That's good. Okay, I'm actually going to start winding back some of this stuff. It's good. It's good to buy your kids stuff like that, I feel like. Stuff that's actually gonna, like, stimulate their mind. Get them to think a little bit. I thought it would entertain without your participation. Yes, exactly. Because you don't want to get them on the technology too early. There's plenty of time for them to use the technology when they get a bit older. You know? They'll be doing a lot for school and stuff like that. It's a good idea to try and keep them off that sort of stuff. I think my sister's pretty similar with her kids, so my two nephews. They're trying their best to avoid giving them tons of screen time. We out of agri-science? Yeah, we're out of agricultural science. Alright, fair enough. So really, purple science is the only one that we don't have in, like, in excess, really. And it's just purely because the productivity modules are just not happening. Because the thing is, we could actually make so much more of this stuff on, we could get so much more materials on Fulgora if I really wanted to. It's actually up the, it's up the ante a little bit. Send some sulfur down. L placement. Where am I looking? Ah. It said there was a problem, but there's no problem when I looked. It must have fixed itself. Yeah, this rocket's actually almost, sorry, this platform's actually almost ready. So probably another, like, 10 or so rockets, we'll be pretty much done with this. That's a scary thought. And then we're almost ready to head to Aquila. We don't have the tech for it yet. Why am I sending so many electric engine units into space? I really don't know why I'm sending these up to space. At the end of the day, this platform doesn't need, like, any of this stuff anymore. This game always leaves me, like, doubting myself. Hey, Luke of the Lion, how you doing? My thoughts on queso. I mean, it's fine. I don't have any problem with it. Good to see you again. And I see you're back with your many questions, which I don't mind. I don't mind. I'm happy to answer most of the time. Yeah, queso's fine. It's just like melted cheese, essentially, right? Unless you're talking about the YouTuber queso. In which case, I don't have any opinions because I've never actually watched his content. Everyone says that he's, like, really good, really funny, all that sort of stuff, but I've never watched him, so I couldn't tell you if that's true or not. The streamer Queso? I've never watched him at all. So, my opinion is, I've heard he's a nice guy. I'm sure that's true. Wish him all the best. But don't know anything about him, pretty much. He does seem like a really nice guy, but everyone makes fun of him. I know it's like he's in on the joke, but I don't know. I don't know if I could stream if, like, half of my chat was just, like, making fun of me. But as far as I'm aware, I think he's in on the joke, right? Like, it's not like he's told them, like, hey, you guys can't say stuff like this, or you shouldn't say stuff like this. As far as I'm aware, it's always been just like, he's like, oh, you guys, you always keep insulting me on my weight, haha. I don't know. I don't think I could do that. I couldn't stream if that was, like, my whole thing. Put down some more solar panels. Paint some happy little solar panels. I kind of wish that, you know, people like Bob Ross, Steve-O, and stuff like that was still around. Just these, like, really good positive role models. particularly for young men. Yeah, I remember when they were playing the Bob Ross marathons, I would tune into it. It was so nice. That guy had an awesome voice. People say they like watching my streams because they like my voice. No, no, just watch Bob Ross, man. That guy's voice is way better than mine. He like took over Twitch for a while. With the stream that was being like they were just playing back all of his old episodes.